For thousands of years, it has gazed silently across the sands of time. The Great Sphinx of Giza, a monumental lion with the head of a king, carved from a single ridge of limestone. But what if I told you that everything we think we know about this ancient wonder is just the beginning of the story? For centuries, the Sphinx has been a symbol of Egypt's enduring power and mystery. Officially, it's believed to have been carved around 2500 BC for the pharaoh Khafra, the builder of the second largest pyramid at Giza. The face, they say, is his. But this is where the official story starts to crumble. Look closely at the proportions. The head is noticeably smaller than the massive lion's body. Why would the master builders of the pyramids, renowned for their precision, make such an obvious error? Some geologists have proposed a radical theory. The Sphinx is much, much older than we think. Their argument centers on water erosion. You can see deep, vertical fissures running down the body of the Sphinx and the walls of its enclosure. This type of erosion is typically caused by heavy, prolonged rainfall. But when was the last time the Giza Plateau saw that kind of weather? Not in the last 4,500 years. Geologists point back to a time between 7,000 and 10,000 BC, a period when Egypt was a lush, green savanna. If they're right, it would mean the Sphinx existed long before the pharaohs, created by a forgotten civilization. Could it be that Khafra didn't build the Sphinx, but merely discovered it, buried in the sand, and had the head recarved in his own image? This would perfectly explain the disproportionate size. But the mysteries don't stop at its age. The biggest question of all is, what lies beneath? The Sphinx is not just a statue. It's part of a much larger, complex system. Ancient texts, like the writings of the Roman historian Pliny the Elder, speak of a hidden tomb of a great ruler buried beneath it. Even the father of history, Herodotus, hinted at underground vaults containing records from a lost civilization, possibly Atlantis. Are these just ancient legends? Maybe not. In the 1990s, a team led by seismologist John Anthony West conducted acoustic surveys around the Sphinx. They found something astonishing: anomalies and cavities in the bedrock, several meters beneath the pores. These weren't natural formations. They appeared to be perfectly symmetrical, man-made chambers. The team was convinced they had found proof of hidden rooms. Imagine a library of knowledge from a prehistoric culture, waiting to be rediscovered. A hall of records, just as the famous psychic Edgar Cayce had predicted decades earlier. However, the Egyptian authorities at the time were skeptical and halted further exploration. They argued the anomalies were simply natural cracks in the limestone. And for decades, the mystery remained locked away, fueling countless theories. Was it a cover-up? Were they protecting a secret that could rewrite human history? But the story doesn't end there. In recent years, new, non-invasive technologies have revived the search. Ground-penetrating radar, thermal imaging, and muon tomography, the same technology used to discover a void in the Great Pyramid, are being considered for a new investigation. These tools can see through solid rock without drilling a single hole. Think about what could be inside. Is it the tomb of a forgotten king? Could it be a cache of ancient technologies, or scrolls containing philosophical wisdom that could change our understanding of consciousness? The possibilities are mind-boggling. Let's also talk about the Dream Stela. It's a large granite slab placed between the Sphinx's paws by the pharaoh Thutmose IV. The inscription tells a story of how, as a young prince, he fell asleep in the shadow of the Sphinx, which was then buried up to its neck in sand. In his dream, the Sphinx spoke to him, promising him the throne of Egypt if he would clear away the sand and restore it. Thutmose did as he was asked, and he became pharaoh. This story is fascinating because it implies a direct connection, a sacred communication with the monument itself. It's not just a block of stone, it's a divine entity, a guardian. The name the ancient Egyptians gave the Sphinx wasn't Sphinx at all. They called it Horemakhet, which means Horus in the horizon. Horus was the god of kingship and the sky. The Sphinx was seen as a protector, guarding the sacred necropolis of Giza at the boundary between the living and the dead, the earth and the heavens. It's also perfectly aligned with the cardinal points, and on the spring equinox, the The sun sets directly on the southern shoulder of the Sphinx, aligning with the southern side of Khafra's pyramid. This precise astronomical alignment suggests a deep understanding of cosmology, far beyond what we typically attribute to ancient cultures. It's a celestial clock, marking time on a grand, cosmic scale. So, what are we looking at? A monument from a lost civilization, a guardian of a hidden library, a celestial marker, or simply the grandest statue of the ancient world? Perhaps it's all of the above. The Sphinx challenges us to think bigger, to question the accepted narrative, and to acknowledge that there are still profound mysteries buried in our past. The quest to unlock its secrets is a quest to unlock our own origins. Every new scan, every uncovered text, brings us one step closer to the truth. The question is no longer asterisk if asterisk we will discover what lies beneath the Sphinx, but asterisk when star. And when that day comes, it won't just rewrite a chapter of history. It could rewrite the entire book. What do you think is hidden under the paws of the Great Guardian? A tomb, a library, or something we can't even imagine? Thanks for joining me on this journey into the mysteries of the Great Sphinx. If you're fascinated by the ancient world and its secrets, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. See you next time.